So recording is on. Hey everyone. Hi Martha.
Hi,
Hi.
Carmen.
How
Hi. Hi
yeah,
again.
Superman, Superwoman. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I have Rachel, Martha, Andrew, and then some people are just gonna hop in later, and then I put the recording on so they can see it. But of course, the recording will actually like drop out from my iCloud, so there's like a limited time for this one. But I think you can download it. So the topic I'm gonna talk about tonight is really my favorite topic. It's called detox. And there's so many kinds of detox. I would like to know, what do you know about detox before I'll start?
Cleansing.
Cleansing, yes.
Yeah, getting rid of junks in your body.
That's Rachel.
Yes. Yes, getting rid of junks in the body. And have you ever tried detox? Anyone?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Rachel, you've tried this one, right? The 30-day cleanse.
Yeah.
Have you tried any other detox?
Nope.
Okay. So I have tried. I'm gonna have to introduce myself because this is recording, right? For those that doesn't know me. So my name is Carmen Montenegro. I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a big believer of natural health. And I got introduced to Doterra when I was having issues with my surgery on my shoulder. I did not heal well, and I almost get addicted to pain medication. So a friend of mine, Teresa Cadman, introduced me essential oil and a lotion called Deep Blue Rub, and that's the first time that I slept good that night without taking pain medication. So that's the beginning of my journey. I went to the class, the Doterra class, and then I realized that this is not just an essential oil. It's really a lifestyle of living healthy and using the products, the tools. And then what I love about the company is that the company really follow the pyramid of lifestyle, and it's kind of like applies to every human being that live in the planet. So I love the philosophy they have, and so I would like to really like share my testimony with this company. And I've been with the company for I think 5 years now. And one thing I fell in love with is the detox, the detox that they have, and also of course the supplements they have that would help you to kind of like use every day as a daily thing. So I tried other detox as well. I was doing the juicing, but this is really very effective, and it's easy to follow because it does follow about the liver thing. So I'm gonna share with you my screen here. Let me, pardon me, share. How will I share it? Share. Okay, here, share. And then let me see. Can you see my screen? Let's see here. Okay. Let me know if you are able to see my screen, and then
I can see it.
You can see it.
Yes.
So yes. So this, I really love this picture. This is the picture about surfer, friends, how they love to go out and about, and then so I kind of like really like capture this because it's so nice to be, it's just so nice to be pain free and have energy to do the things you love to do, right? And going outdoors, that's perfect life to live. And so most of us, I think all of us wants to live longer. Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So my biggest fear actually is, I think every one of us is afraid of dying and dying in pain. And that's the real thing that we do. That's why we have actions to do every day to be healthy. So, but the thing here is that it's not just a matter of living longer, actually. We've seen this. We all work in the hospital. We've seen a lot of people that probably live longer, but they don't really have a quality of life, right? So they probably live longer, but they are maintaining medications. They're, taking in pain medications. So there's a lot of maintenance. So it's not a quality of life. So I added this one here. So I just don't want to live longer. I also want to feel younger. Who's with me? Who's joining me here? Yes. Okay. So this is why I love this detox thing, because this is the kind of detox that would make you really feel younger. And then you would also notice that your skin would start to glow. you're gonna have more energy, and it's so different. Like if you are 40 years old or 50 years old, you feel like you're in your 20s. And I really, really feel that, because way back when I was younger, I loved to go hiking, and I just like hopping and popping. But now, even I saw the pictures, it's different. Now I have more energy compared when I was in my 20s. And I said, like, what did I, what's the different thing I did? And so the thing I did was that actually I'm doing the daily lifestyle of taking the supplements, and then I'm doing the 30-day essential detox twice a year. Actually, I used to do three to uh, um, 3 to 4 times a year before, when I was new to Doterra, because I was really toxic. But now, because I started to eat better, not really perfect but better, so I do this one twice a year, and then I also incorporate juicing in between. So this topic is about the 30-day detox. And of course, this is the lifestyle pyramid that actually I was talking about. This company really, really, really support and advocate this. And I really wish that in my nursing field, living, working as a nurse, I really wish that we do this with our patients. Where we fall out here, where we fell behind here in the modern medicine, is the reduced toxic load. This is where we actually we fail, I would say. Also, rest and manage rest. We are so good in giving medications to the patients, but we're not good at really telling them how to detox well. And so I got educated for this. And of course, eating right, exercise, rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load. If you follow that one, you're gonna really have a longer life and also feeling young. And so this is what I'm gonna talk about: reduce toxic load. You are ready?
Okay.
So, toxic load. So when we say toxic load, that means that we are actually, having a lot of toxins in our body, and we get toxins everywhere, unless if we live probably in the middle of Amazon forest. It could probably be a nice place to live because you're not exposed to toxins. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell phone, but who would like to live there? I'd like to, when we're also social animal, we'd like to, to socialize and mingle, with human beings. And so in our generation, in our world right now, we are exposed to three kinds of toxins. We have pathogens, chemicals, and radiation. Pathogens, of course, like now we have this COVID thing that everybody knows about this, the virus. That's number one pathogens. There's a lot of pathogens we're exposed with. And then also the chemicals. Can you name an example about the chemical toxins?
Cleaning supplies.
Cleaning supplies. Yes, we are exposed to that. You clean your house, you use what? You use Clorox, you use all those detergents that are really toxic loaded with synthetic chemicals. You're exposed to that, we inhale them. Also our shampoos, our what we put on our body. Once you turn your shower hot, then our skin pores would open, and when it's open, then these toxins would come into our skin and absorb in our bloodstream. So those are a form of toxins. Our makeup that we put, the lipstick we put, those are all the thing that we put on the skin really, really are toxins as well. And so radiation, of course, like exposing to sunlight, and very, very hardcore Americans, they love to go out and, like go sun tanning. And actually the ideal one is only to expose yourself on the sunshine for 20 minutes. 20 minutes only, not more than 20 minutes. And you have to expose the belly area, because that's where you will have the vitamin D, formation. And, vitamin D is very potent for our immune health. And so if it's flu season, you just have to have a lot of vitamin D that you get from sunlight. You are good to go. Now, the sad part here is that, not only our country, but we are already like, our brain is changed to look at the needle as a protection for us. And this is why I'm talking about this one, because you're going to have to go back to the bottom line. Like, what is it that makes you healthy? It's not the needle that makes you healthy. It's not actually the one that protects you. Only we really have to protect our body as well. So There are three ways that we are exposed to these toxins. We are exposed to lungs, we're exposed to GI tract, we are also exposed to the skin. The lungs, of course, how do we get exposed to toxins? Can you name one?
Asthma.
Huh?
Asthma.
Asthma, yes. And then how do you get vaccine? So asthma, and then the pathway is that
From
like-
breathing.
from breathing in, yes. So when you breathe in, so number one example is using perfumes. Perfumes. So in our hospital, we have the policy of no perfume policy. And then it's funny because when I started using essential oils, I was being misunderstood. And somebody reported me that I was, I was violating the perfume, thing. But
Yeah.
I just had to follow the protocol for that. But actually the real deal is that perfumes and pure fumes are different story. Pure essential oils does not belong to the perfume industry. Perfume are synthetic aroma. They're made in the laboratory, so there's already a change of the chemical constituent there. So once you inhale in your body does not recognize those perfumes. So then it would be stored as a toxin in your body. And once it's in your body as toxin, what happens is that your body would form fat. The fat will engulf that to protect your body. This is the reason why people would do exercise, do dieting, and they never get rid of their fat. They never get rid of their weight loss because of the toxins in the body, and you inhale it. So be careful when you use fragrance or like with that. That's why I just go to essential oils because they are the pure fumes that you get. The GI tract, and thank you Andrew for that answer. It really helped. And then also the GI tract, what is a GI tract? It's what you put in your mouth, right? So for example of that is that when we're eating, like microwavable food, TV dinner, what else? Colored drinks, kind of like, this is very deceiving. I saw people going biking and then have the Powerade, right? Color blue Powerade, color yellow Powerade. So just kind of like, like be wise what is in there. So you're actually drinking that synthetic there in your body. Remember, your body doesn't recognize that toxins. It's going to be stored as a garbage. And so skin, I mentioned this one earlier. Once your skin, pores, what you put on your skin actually would be inside your bloodstream. And the number one in-house is that if you're in the shower room, okay, so you turn the shower, it's heat, the hot, the steam that would open your pores, and what you put on your skin are the shampoos that are synthetic. They are synthetic and stored there, then you're gonna get that toxins in your bloodstream. So there's so many ways to get the toxins without, you probably say that I kind of like, okay, let me just mute that. Let's see. Oh, no, it's here.
Your social worker, Suzanne, she
I'm gonna mute everyone and then
Okay, it's okay.
okay. And then you can just unmute if you will answer. All right, next is, let's see. So how to reduce the toxic load is, of course, number one is avoid exposure. We're gonna have to avoid exposing ourselves to toxins. And so also number one to do that is to wash the produce with lemon oil. So we don't want to expose ourselves to the toxins. So like, for example, if you have, the fruits that you get, if they are not organic, they probably be sprayed with pesticides. Remember, one of the pathway that you would get the toxins is through mouth, through GI. So if you eat those fruits that are have pesticides in it, then you're gonna also eat the pesticide in it. The best way to really get rid of the pesticides is the citrus oil. Lemon is number one. Naturally get rid of this pesticide. It's funny because the other day I was just talking to one of my coworker and she said that she cleaned her produce by soaking her produce in water with vinegar. So when she soak it with vinegar, the little, pest would actually, you know, crawl out from the fruit. And that's actually good because it alters the kind of like the pH of the acidity or the alkalinity of the environment of that produce. So those pesticide, or no, those crawling insects will come out. However, the best way to get rid of the pesticides, if you could not buy an organic food, then the best way to do that is really to put a drop of lemon oil in the water and then soak your fruit, especially, you know, what's this, the fruit that you eat with skin, like blueberries, you know, all the berries that you eat with skin, and then apple. So that's the way that you can actually reduce yourself by eating toxins. Another way also is, of course, you know, you can diffuse oils, you know, to clean your air. And of course, you know, I'm only talking about Doterra. I don't trust any other company. If they are really pure, you're gonna have to use the pure oil, and do not buy from Amazon, you guys, because there are some people that are actually buying products from Doterra and then they sell in Amazon, but they already like mix it with something which is not pure. And I have friends that did that, and then but now I told them that it's really nice to have your own account and then buy directly from the office. And so diffuse oils, we have so many kinds of oils that can really clean the air. My number one favorite is the On Guard. On Guard actually clean our air. And it's funny because when people were so scared with COVID last year, all doTERRA members that really know how to use the oils were not scared, because we know that we do have the product that can actually combat this. And but the thing I noticed is that it ran out. You know, it was like people were panic buying with toilet paper. doTERRA people were panic buying with doTERRA oil, and doTERRA, the On Guard oil. And so that's my favorite one. If you have somebody that's sick in the house, flu, sickness, or contagious, you can just diffuse your house with On Guard, and this is a really good one to do it. I wish we could do this one in the hospital. The hospital where I work in SMH are not open to this one yet, but some hospitals are already doing it, like the Vanderbilt, they're already doing it. They're diffusing oils in ER, and even we do have a nurses group with essential oils. If you want to be part of that, I'll give you the link. It's free to join. And every week there's kind of like a group that would talk about the oils. And then if you want to get the CEU, you also get the CEU, because it's actually supported by our the nursing group. And they have a yearly convention in Utah for the essential oils for nurses, and you get CEUs there. Let's see. So another thing to avoid the toxic load, remember I talked earlier about the exposure is also for skin. So make sure that you use whatever you put on your skin are the non-toxic products. Now, what I love about doTERRA, they also have the spa line, and I love their shampoo. And I think they're gonna have to have a new shampoo this year. Shampoo, very good. And also the toothpaste, and then the laundry products, they have that in doTERRA, which are actually non-toxic. Remember, the largest organ in our body is the skin. And so if whatever you put on your skin, your body absorb and go to the bloodstream. So especially when you're in the shower, when it's very hot, then it's very steamy, then your pores is open for that. So avoid exposure. Make sure what you put in your skin are non-toxic. So the next thing that you can actually reduce the toxic load, the reason I'm talking about reduce toxic load, because we could not really get rid of toxins in our body. The reason why, because we live in the modern world. We live in 2021 already, so we're exposed to it. So what we could do is just like be smart and try to really reduce as much as we can, because we're gonna be protecting our liver. So we support the defense functions, the defensive function in our body. So on top of avoiding the toxic exposure, we also need to support our organs that are actually making us stay alive and also energized. And so this is an example of the cell biology. You probably know this, but go back to that basic biology. We have trillion cells in our body. We have liver cells, we have skin cells, heart cells, different kinds of cells in our body. Each cell has a membrane. And then inside the membrane, there's also that DNA and also mitochondria. mitochondria is not talked a lot about, right? It's kind of like it's not so popular. But what we didn't realize, that's actually what we're looking for. We really need a lot of mitochondria in our system. Mitochondria is a powerhouse of energy. So this is why when I do my group detox, because I'm gonna do a group detox next month. When people would follow this in the 30-day cleanse, the most common thing I really hear from them is, oh my God, I have energy. And this is why, because we're actually doing one of the supplements that we're using with Doterra Cleanse is the Lifelong Vitality, which help with the production of mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of energy. So the more mitochondria we have, the more energy we have. And so kids has a lot of mitochondria in their body. That's why they're so, like they just have a lot of energy. Now, the older we get, the mitochondria would start to die. So we have lesser mitochondria. Well, what we did not understand is that we think that coffee, can actually makes us energized. But that is actually a false, kind of energizer, because what coffee does is that it actually kind of pound our adrenal gland to the extent that we're gonna have an adrenal fatigue soon after drinking coffee. So, and then it would actually make you grow older. You can see coffee drinkers, their skin is different. People who doesn't drink coffee and also do a good detox, you can see their skin is more glowing. And so this is what I love about this thing. So I'm talking about this healthy foundation. We have Alpha CRS. This is the 3 bottles that I call Lifelong Vitality. And I was talking about this one last month when I was talking about the healthy foundation of health. So we do have the first bottle is called Alpha CRS. The second one is the XC Omega, and the third one is the Microplex VMC. So the first bottle, if you can read that, it says Cellular Vitality Complex. So what it does do is that it actually goes to the bottom of it, to our cells, and actually, help also with the mitochondria production. On top of that, it also help with our DNA repair as well. So it really makes your cell healthy. So when a person would say I'm healthy, you really have to make sure that also understand that when you say you're healthy, actually you're talking about your healthy cells, right? When I work as a nurse, I mean, I think all of us here are work in the hospital. Like when the patient come in the hospital will complain of something, for example, complaining of stomach pain or maybe chest pain, that means that part of the cells are not healthy, part of the cells are damaged. So the Alpha CRS would help that. It's called like Repair Vitality Complex. And then also the XC Omega. One thing I love about the XC Omega is because it already has the 9 essential oils in there. You could not find this one in any other omega-3 products. There is frankincense, there is cloves, cinnamon in that one. So they're actually hyper potent antioxidant. That's what it's good for your brain. And then it's also good for your cells. I will be talking in detail about this one if on the detox group next month. So what I do in the detox group is that daily I would be incorporating education, and then you're gonna have to learn, the detail about this product. And then the Microplex VMC is the whole food based. And then it's also the bioavailability is so good. So I've been using supplements since I was a kid. And the reason why I use supplement because my grandfather is a farmer and my dad is also an agriculturist. And then I was really educated when I was a kid that the soil is not as healthy as the soil way back 100 years ago, 200 years ago, because it's been, how do you call that one, used, many times already. So if you eat, like, for example, carrots, you're gonna need a pail of carrots a day to get that beta carotene. So I remember when I was a kid. So my family are really a supplement advocate for us. After we eat, we always have vitamins in it. So I am not really foreign when it comes to supplements. However, I'm very, I was really looking for a supplement that is just in a bottle, if I could see, because there's so many, like we have vitamin A, B, C, D, and then there has to be like a RDA, right? The recommended daily allowance of the supplements. So before Doterra came to my life, I was using a different supplements. And I noticed that when I shifted to Doterra, that my urine before that was very yellow. And when I shifted to Doterra supplements, it's not as yellow as what I noticed. So this thing called bioavailability is because this products actually is absorbed in our system. It's not being wasted out to the toilet, compared to buying, the products like I used to buy from GNC, Costco, and then I even tried USANA products at that time. But this one is really like in only 3 bottles that you need for that. Whole food base, so it's safe. It's also good for your digestion. You can actually take it in an empty stomach. Never had any problem with a stomach problem. All right. So the next one to really reduce toxic load is the support elimination function. So this is where we are going to be doing some action, call to action, if you really want to do, if you're serious about reducing your toxic load. And I will be talking a little more about this one. Okay. So elimination pathways. Earlier, I talked about the exposure pathway, what part of our body is exposed to the toxins. Now, if you're going to be doing detox, earlier we talked about what detox, I think Andrew talked about it's cleansing. So we're going to do some detox. That means we have to clean out, our system. So it's going to have to get out, from our system. So we do have 2, I call it one a chimney, right? We have primary chimney. We also have secondary chimney. So we're gonna have to eliminate out those garbage from our system. So it's gonna be getting out from intestinal tract, urinary system, and the liver. So liver does not have a pathway. So liver needs to use either the intestinal tract, which is the colon, or the urinary system, which is, being out for the urine. Now, the secondary chimney is the respiratory system and the skin. So what I mean by this is that if our intestinal tract, urinary system is not healthy, it's plugged up, the liver is not healthy, what happened? It would use the secondary chimney. So that's why when you see people are really toxic, you can see their skin is kind of yellowish. If they have problem with their liver and it doesn't come out from the primary chimney, you can see that that showing up on the skin, yellow eyes, and also ashen skin. If you've seen dialysis patient, they kind of ashen looking. So you can see that look, on the skin. The toxins would try to get out, from the system. The urinary system of the dialysis patient is already not functioning. So that's toxins that needs to get out. And then of course, dialysis is only done 3 times a week. Now we need to detox 24/7 nonstop. So what happened then is that those toxins is going to come out somewhere else. So it's going to go to secondary chimney. Another thing also is the respiratory system. Also, people are going to have asthma. I think Andrew talked about that earlier, but asthma, you're going to have some problems because it has to come out. It has to go somewhere else. And so this is the reason why when you do the detox, the 30-day detox, you would start to see your skin glowing, because your skin would really start to glow. And even if you have pimples actually a sign. Also, it could be hormonal or could be toxins that needs to get out from your system. So what do we have to do then with this? We need to really support our elimination pathway. We're going to have to ensure that our chimneys are functioning. We're going to need to have proper flow of the intestinal tract, proper flow of urinary tract, proper liver function. We have to prevent using our secondary chimney. And this is what I love about the 30-day cleanse, because it helps us to prepare this chimney. Because I'm using other cleanse before, if you are not preparing your elimination pathway, you're gonna have a reaction called Herxenian reaction, where you're gonna feel dizzy, headache, or nausea, vomiting. You just don't feel good when you do the detox and if you're not doing it properly. Now, these 2 products that I really love about Doterra is that they have Zendocrine and they also have Terrazyme. Zendocrine is the product that supports our liver. So also the liver, to prepare the liver to detox. So there's a lot of complex here. This is not an oil in Zendocrine. This is actually the whole food based herbs that is in Zendocrine. Now, what I love about the company is that they already have pre-selected this one and put it in 1 capsule, which is easy to use for detoxing to the liver. And then also add on to that, we do have the Terrazyme, which is an enzyme. And enzyme Terrazyme is part of the daily protocol that we're using, even if you're not doing detox, if you're above 25 years old, I really recommend that Terrazyme. I have a friend that was calling me, like, she went to her doctor, and the doctor told her to take vitamins and enzymes. And she asked me, what are enzymes? So I explained to her enzymes, we do have metabolic enzymes, we have digestive enzymes. And because of the way we eat now in 2021, we don't eat a lot of we don't eat a lot of raw food. So we don't have enough enzymes in our body. So what happens is our body will steal metabolic enzymes to digest the food. Like, for example, if you eat meat and there's no enzymes enough in our digestive enzymes, so we're going to steal that one. So I'll talk more about this one in the group detox, because I will be doing live there too. And so these are the proper support for elimination. And then let me see here. So the intestines, let's have a little review on anatomy of the intestines. We do have small intestines. We also have the large intestines. And then, of course, the stomach is on top of that large intestines. So the surface area of our GI tract is equivalent to that of a tennis court. Really, really big, tennis court. So one of the doctor that I really talked to, she's actually like a holistic doctor. She said that if you eat meat, you need to have a lot of salad there, because we don't want the meat to kind of travel longer and stay longer in your intestine, or else it's gonna start decomposing and releasing those bacteria and toxins in your body. And that's actually one of the culprit of also colon cancer. So, oh my God, I was so shocked about that, because I have a strong history of colon cancer on my family. And so, and then she explained, because our stomach, our intestines, actually is larger. It's not an intestine of a dog. And so just remember that. And then a little bit of a kind of like anatomy here, biology. So you don't have to memorize this one. I'm just showing this one for you guys to explain how important it is to absorb. So inside that intestine, if you would cut it open, you can actually see villi, or like the little, how do you call it, one kind of like little finger, inside in the internal side of the intestine. And these are the epithelial cells. So what this one does is that it absorbs the food that we're eating, right? So the nutrition that we're eating. Now, if that one is not clean, if it's clogged, it could not absorb the nutrients to our and it doesn't reach to our destination, to the cells. So this is the reason why the Terrazyme is a huge factor when we do the detox. Because when you do detox, we also need the nourishment to our cells. We don't want our cells to get really like dried up or thirsty enough. So we do have to support also our digestion with Terrazyme. Terrazyme would help absorb that food, and then it would reach to the cells. So it's funny, because when some people actually eat healthy, I've seen that when they complain they're still tired. And that's the reason why, because maybe they eat healthy, but the absorption is not there. So the saying that says you are what you eat, I added that one. You are what you absorb, what you eat. If it's not absorbed in your body, it doesn't reach in your cells, then you just actually did not really eat the food that, and the right goal that you want. All right. So pathway of elimination. Remember, I talked earlier about the primary pathway. So we do have liver, we have kidneys, we have colon, and the liver, needs to, how do you call it one? It needs to carpool maybe, or it needs the kidney and the colon. So we need to, that means that if our kidney and our colon is not functioning, the liver would, what happened? The liver would just stay there and full of garbage, and it would use the other elimination, which is a secondary elimination. It would use the skin or our lungs. So endocrine complex, this is the one that would help cleanse our liver, our kidney, colon, and lungs, and then it supports the organ capacity to provide cleansing and filtering. So what this one does is that it actually start cleaning. This is like a broom. I would say like it swept out the garbage out from the liver. So I will kind of like a vacuum. This would vacuum out what are the garbage in the liver. the zendocrine. And then we also have the zendocrine oil. Remember, I talked about the zendocrine that has herbs. This one is the zendocrine oils. So Doterra is very smart. They do have the zendocrine blend soft gels for people that does not like the smell of zendocrine oil. Zendocrine oil is a kind of like an acquired smell. It's very strong. And so if you don't like the smell of that, you can use the soft gels to take that one in. So what it does is that this is kind of like if you have a garden and there's the weed that you need to get out from the garden, you're weeding out. You're gonna have to make the soil softer, so it's easy to weed them out. Well, so you're gonna put water, so this is, I would call this zendocrine, it's like a water to prepare. So for example, if you take this one in and there's some junks, maybe you're eating a lot of fish and fish has that metal in there that is already in your liver that is sitting down there, or maybe it's other part of your organ. So this one actually make it softer, so it's easy to be vacuumed. So when the zendocrine complex would be there, it's easy to get the garbage out. And if you can see, there are actually, zendocrine is a blend of oils, so it has tangerine, juniper berry, cilantro. Cilantro is actually in our dish, right? It's an herb. Cilantro is really a good detoxifier, geranium and rosemary. I will talk more about this one in the group detox. And then, okay, so those products I talked earlier are the products that would prepare your elimination pathway, so it would be ready. Now we are going to be talking about the detox, right? Detox is actually, remember earlier, it's cleansing. Detox also is killing those bad guys. So we call it GX assist. Now this is only good for 10 days. And I don't recommend this one to take this one for more than 10 days. That's why our detox is called 30-day cleanse, because the first 10 days is the preparation of our body. That's when we use the zendocrine, we use the vitamins to prepare our body. Once our body is prepared, then in the second phase, which is the 10 days, our body, we are ready to drop the bomb. I call this one maybe like a shotgun or a bomb that you drop to kill those bad guys. So because it's clean and there's already an escape route, we already cleaned the escape route. Helicopter is ready to pick up those dead bodies. So in the second phase, we're gonna drop GX assist to kill them. So what GX assist has, it has oils in the GX assist. It also has caprylic acid. So this combination is really, really good. The caprylic acid can actually penetrate the cells. So if there are some bad guys inside there, you can actually, clean that and allow the oil to go inside. Oregano, tea tree, lemon, lemongrass. If you are following our group in our Beautiful Essentials, you can actually see some of these posted, what are lemongrass or peppermint. If you have a book of essential oils, you can see what are these are. Now, the combination of these oils really has a strong synergistic effect. So it's powerful. This is why I love this 30-day cleanse. It is the most effective detox I ever tried in my life. It's so easy and it's just kind of like, it's so potent and easy. And let me see, next is toxins. This is, I mentioned, I think I talked about this one earlier. If you have toxins in your body is smart. This is how God created our human body, so smart. If you have toxins in our body, what happens is the body will try to protect us from the toxins. Then what happens then is that the fat, will try to cover that. So it doesn't actually kill our body. And if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to do detox as well. Exercise, eating healthy, does not need to have the third party, which is detox, because you cannot get rid of fat if you don't do detox, because the fat is a protective mechanism of our body. So it would be holding on to fat. Once you do detox, then the fat will be released as well. And the number one thing, if people really don't want to do this, I will really tell them, drink water and put citrus oil there. Lemon is really the number one thing. The grapefruit also is good for that. So, I just talked about that. Yeah, citrus oil. So here you go. We have lemon, very good for that, getting rid of the toxins, also getting rid of that fat. And then the stronger one, which is called metabolic blend. Slim and sassy is an acquired taste. Some people like it, some people doesn't like it. I think it's the combination of the peppermint in there as well, but it's very potent metabolic oil for those if you're doing the detox for the purpose of losing weight. So let's see. And then also I love doing the slim and sassy by putting it on the problem area like cellulite. It actually helps with the cellulite as well. I put that one after shower with fractionated coconut oil and then slim and sassy, just to get rid of the cellulite in that area. So gastrointestinal tract, do you know that 70% of our body's immune function is in the GI tract? And this is really what blows me away. When the COVID, pandemic hit, we are so focused, and which I'm not saying it's wrong, but the thing is that we forgot that we have the capacity to really like boost our immune system. And people panic, people just panic. Go back to the basic and just like, and then talk to the people that that knows. So 70% of our body's immune system is in our GI tract. That's why, I don't know if you heard about probiotic. Now doctors are promoting it. When you go there, like, take vitamins, take enzymes, and probiotic. Probiotic actually is a very good one to immune function. Remember the villi that I talked to earlier, and this little finger-like, and those actually has the nerve or neurons that connect to our brain. It has the capacity to connect, and that's why it's also the second brain. And have you heard about the saying says, I have this gut feeling? It's a gut feeling. You feel it in your stomach, because our stomach is our second brain. It has the neurons connect to our brain. It also has the communication that would say, should we allow this, the food you eat? They talk, they communicate. They'd say, like, should we allow this food to come in the body? Should we allow this one to reach in the trillion cells in our body or not? And the soldiers are our good bacteria. So, but the thing is that if you actually kill your good bacteria, if you take antibiotics, or if you eat food that are actually treated with antibiotics, that's how you kill your bacteria. This is the reason why we have MRSA infection, because of this. So the stomach also is very acidic. pH needs to be 1.3. You need to have your stomach acidic, or else we could not sterilize the food we eat. This is how God made our human body. Oh my God, like I said, like, we could not, the more we understand our human body, the more you would be in awe, respect, and just like align with nature. You align with how you are being made wonderfully, and you are not afraid of what other people say that are not really based on science and natural law that is made for us. So the reason why stomach needs to be acidic, I told you earlier, but it sterilize our, the food. For example, if we eat, meat, I do love meat. I love barbecue. I also like to eat sushi, the raw food. So we do need our stomach to be acidic. The problem I notice now is that we give, in the hospital where I work, it is a trend to give the patients antacids. We do have this medication called that ends with pantoprazole, ends with sol, like tonics, like other kind of medication that would actually, increase the pH. That means it's gonna actually alter the acidity on our stomach. When that happens, then we are prone to get the bacteria in our body, and that's why we do have the C. diff infection already happening in the system. My gosh, I said, like, I wish all the nurses would understand this one and advocate for health, and just kind of like be an advocate. We're gonna have really a better, a better life to live, and a better nation, and healthier Americans living, and also in the nation. Second thing also is that we need our stomach to be acidic, because the vitamin B absorption, it's the iron, it's actually about the absorption of that. So we have patients, that actually come in and then kind of like anemic also as well. And if you see that, I have a patient actually asking me about that. When I look at her medication list, she is actually taking a lot of pantoprazole for a long time, and she's been receiving blood transfusion, and she's wondering what happened. We checked the stool exam, it's all negative. And so I told her, like, you just have to really like talk to your doctor about this one. It's nice if you connect. The thing with our modern, where I work, is that we believe in the allopathic medicine, which is not holistic. So we are trained to really like trust on the chemicals, like the medicine. But I wish that I will praying that we actually connect with nature as well. We talk, the pharmaceuticals we talk for the better of everything. And I think we're gonna have really a better place to live. And let's see here. Intestinal microflora, I talk about that. We do have a good bacteria in our system. And then PBSs. So remember the probiotic that the doctor would prescribe, just in case if you've probably seen this one. I sometimes, I have patients that have a lot of antibiotics we give, and then the doctor will prescribe probiotic. Question is that probiotic really effective, right? Remember, I said earlier, the stomach is acidic. So when you take probiotic, do you think the probiotic can reach the intestine? It has to pass through the acidity of the stomach. Therefore, we need this probiotic to be protected so it would reach the destination. What I love about Doterra is they do have this double encapsulated. Oh my gosh, this is the second time I attended Doterra class. When this was introduced, I said, I'm in. I'm in. This is what I'm looking for. So they have the double capsule to protect the bacteria, the good bacteria, so that it could pass through the acidity of our stomach, so it could reach the large intestine and the intestine, so that it could communicate to our brain. Remember, it's 70% of our immune system is actually in our stomach. Now the good thing about this one, very smart company, they also have prebiotic inside in the capsule, because probiotic needs food. So that green color that you see, that's the food that the good bacteria will eat. So that when it's actually on our intestine, it would start to to plant in the villi, and then our good bacteria can plant in there. Now, this is what we use in our 30-day detox. So remember, the first 10 days, we're gonna be preparing our liver, our colon, our pathway for elimination. Then once the elimination pathway is clean, ready for the exit, then the second phase, we're gonna drop the bomb. Boom, boom, kill all the bad guys there. And then, of course, when you kill all the bad guys, we may probably affect also the good, the good bacteria. Then it's clean out. What would we do then? On the third phase, which is 10 days, we have to replant. It's called thermo replanting. We're gonna have to plant the good bacteria. It's kind of like a very nice story. I really love this. So that means that actually you're gonna have to complete your detox. This is why this is very effective. I have other detox program that never had this one. And then also DDR prime. We are in the age that we are exposed to a lot of toxins. And I don't know if you probably kind of like raise your hand if you know somebody who has cancer, because I do know somebody. My mom had cancer. My uncle died of cancer. So I'm actually in the family of cancer. So DDR prime is really good for cellular complex. And so what that means is that it helps with the normal death of our cells. So our cells needs to die to be replaced with a new one. If it doesn't die, it becomes tumor. For example, liver cells, right? The liver cells could only last probably, I would say, 120 days. It has to be replaced by new liver cells. So if the old liver cells will not die, what happened? There's going to be a crowd of cells in that, and the older cells are not as functioning well as the younger cells. So it needs to die healthy, and the DDR prime does that. DDR prime stands for damaged DNA repair. So actually, I call this one, I only talk this one in the Zoom. I don't talk this one in my social media. I would call this one as my anti-cancer maintenance. So I take this one every day because I have a strong history of cancer in my family. And in my mom's side, we die young. And this is why, for me, like, I am okay to invest my I invest my time and money in this product because I want to live longer and young and feel younger as well, right? And now what? So what's next? Okay, so what's next is that this is actually the chart that I'm telling you. There's the 3 phases, and oops. Okay. So those 3 phases is the chart I will be talking in detail for the people that would join the 30-day detox program. And for those of you that are already in the Beautiful Essentials, you can do your own, and I can post some of that. But I do have a separate group called the 30-day glow because you're gonna really glow here after that. And I would be doing like, this is my baby. This 30-day group is my baby. This is where I hop in every day, or I post every day, and I do my, you know, my weekly live there to just really like hone into detox and how to do it. And these are the chart that you can actually download or put it in the fridge for a guideline. So how much is the product then? You ask that. If you're already a member of Doterra, it's the wholesale is 245. If you're not a member of Doterra, it's 326 and 67. And but if you have been using the lifelong vitality already, like a maintenance, like me, or with the healthy habits, you don't have to buy that again because you have that. The only thing you have to add on is the GX Assist, Zendocrine, and then if you're not using DDR Prime, then DDR Prime. So you actually get a savings of $81.50. And then let me see here. The end part that I'm gonna tell you is how you digest your food is how you are digesting your life. It's actually how we, you know, we can say. So I'm gonna unmute everyone. You can unmute yourself if you have questions, and then I will, let me see. I don't know how to stop my share. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be, if you want to talk to me in detail about this one, you can message me and I will talk to you if you want to join the detox group, or if you want to do it your own. You can ask the person that invites you, or if you want to talk to me, then I can talk to you guys. So I would do the detox again on June. I would start on June 15, actually, not June 1, because it's close. You have time to get your products in. So June 15, and it would end on July 15. So it's a separate group. But I also would post something on Beautiful Essentials. Questions? No questions, just raise hand, and then this would be the end of the presentation. And thank you so much for joining, you guys. I put this one on the record, and I'll post this one on our Facebook, Beautiful Essentials.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here. All right, and have a good evening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.